Sales are not typically lost because a person doesn't have a pain or a prospect doesn't have some kind of a challenge. They're not lost because a person has a root cause that's causing them an extraordinary amount of pain. They're lost usually because somewhere along the process, whether that's in discovery at the beginning of the call or in the presentation, somewhere between point A and point Z, you actually failed to connect with that person on a really deep level emotionally. And there are elements of persuasion that are really important, and one of those elements are not present. One of the things that we can do to actually dive deeper in and connect with a prospect on a deeper level is to use a pattern interrupt. People who are taking sales calls all the time, or maybe in procurement and they're looking at proposals all the time, your mammalian brain actually creates shortcuts, and they get into a pattern, and this pattern becomes easier and easier the more that their brain can shortcut that pattern. There are certain different languages that you're using when you communicate in any department. So if you're in marketing department, they're using a certain type of language. They're talking in their own terms. If you're in a sales department, you're talking in their own terms. Those two departments, they have terms that are, that coincide. Where in finance, you're talking in a different department. In human resources, you're talking different language in different departments. So the language they're using, all these words, they are creating these shortcuts in their mind and these scripts in their mind to actually use those languages to articulate what they're trying to say. So one of the things that we can do to interrupt their pattern is to understand their language, understand the things that they say, and instead of using buzzwords to talk with them that you might have heard before, you can actually change that language up to be more persuasive, to capture their focus.